Okay. Hi everyone, welcome back to my abiding journal, or hello if you're new. My name is Kelsey Lee, and today we are going to be doing a journaling gift guide. This is basically gifts for somebody who loves to journal, loves to be creative, loves paper crafting, and quite possibly it's a gift guide for you. You're probably the one who is interested in those activities. So a great thing to do is after you watch the video and think, I want all those things, you can send the link to a gift giver in your life, and then hopefully it can be a nice hint to them that these would be great items you would appreciate. Or you can be like me and pretty much just buy yourself your Christmas gifts, and I won't judge that either. So basically this idea came from the fact that I got this amazing haul. Yes, I did just pick up my tea and then put it back down without drinking it. I'll take a sip just so we all get that out of the way. There. Okay, so the idea for this video actually came about when I got this amazing haul of washi tape. Look at this, from the washi tape shop, and it felt like Christmas morning. And of course I knew that I was going to want to share it with all of you because there are so many good washis in this haul. I can't wait to open them. I've been saving it to share them with you. But since it is the gift giving time of the year, I thought maybe I should expand this into a gift guide video. Without further ado, let's jump in because I have so many ideas I want to share with you, and it may take a little bit of time, so go ahead and grab yourself a cup of tea to enjoy as we just settle in. And let me just say that this little teacup, which is darling, would also be a great idea. Let's call this idea number one. Consider getting a really cute little teacup like so. Pair it with a little tea bag of a flavor that you know the person will really like. Add a notebook and a pen, a little bit of washi tape, and voila, you have the cutest little journaling bundle for a cozy evening. You could add a candle into that too. That alone would be a fantastic gift. So that's idea number one, but let's take a sip and dive into all the others. I did debate just skipping over the idea of getting a notebook or journal because how obvious can you be, one, and two, odds are that if the person loves to journal, they probably have a notebook brand that they already love and enjoy. But I'll just very quickly cover a few of my favorites in case this is somebody who is new to journaling or you yourself are just starting to get into it. My first recommendation would be Sterling Ink. She makes the most beautiful yet simple planners and notebooks, and they are on really scrumptious paper, for lack of a better word. And I use their common planner, which I have here, and I actually just got my common planner for 2026, so first sneak peek of that, here it is. And I also picked up one of their plain notebooks as well, which is just a nice B6 size plain notebook. Really great option if you're not sure what to get but want something that is high quality for that person, and is also, I would say, not super, what is the word? Not super daunting because these booklets only have 64 pages in them. So it feels very manageable for somebody who's just getting started, but also feels a little luxurious as well. And then I also, of course, use the Dingbats brand for my monthly journal. You can learn all about that here on my channel. Also a great brand. And I have it inside this beautiful cover from Documented Journey. For somebody in your life who is already a journaler, getting a journal cover is a fantastic idea for a gift. And these ones are really beautiful, made by Documented Journey. They are made of cork, and you can personalize them to match the style of that person in your life. Highly, highly recommend. And then the last one I'll mention I have here on my shelf is an Archer and Olive, very well-known journal brand with nice thick pages. Really great if somebody is into bullet journaling, and I have this one here. It's gotten a little bit dirty over the years of using it, but this houses my 2023 travel journal. So very fun, and I do have a flip through here on my channel. Okay, so I think now that we covered the basics of journals and notebooks, pretty obvious, let's dive into the fun stuff, and I did promise a peek. So let's dive into this little haul that I promised you from the Washi tape shop, and they always have the cutest little business cards that actually have stickers. So the business card is peelable. They do so many beautiful seasonal options, and they're all just gorgeous illustrations that are, I believe, hand painted and designed, you know, by real artists and then printed onto washi tape, which is my personal favorite style of sticker because it just melts into the paper. And then the thing I really, really love about the washi tape shop that I haven't been seeing really anywhere else is this new thing where it's actually basically a roll of stickers. The illustrations and designs on these rolls are in fact peelable. So you can peel off the individual stickers. You don't have to do all the cutting and finagling with your scissors, the fussy cutting. You don't have to do any of that. It's basically just a roll of stickers. And the other great thing about it being a roll of stickers is that it means you don't have to be precious about trying to save the illustrations that you really like. You know how when you get a sticker sheet that you really, really love and you feel like you have to save the sticker for the perfect entry, and so then you end up not using it? That's the nice thing about using the washi tape rolls, because you know that there's multiple of those stickers. They repeat over and over. At the same time, I will say there are so many illustrations before it repeats, like a lot of length of stickers before it actually repeats the pattern. But I did want to show you specifically the packaging as well, because that is, I think, a big part of a gift experience, right? Is how everything is packaged. And I love the way the washi tape from the washi tape shop is put together. Basically, there is a beautiful sticker that you can save on the outside of the roll. That is a little preview of the style and the illustrations for that roll. On the back, it also says what the title is. So this one is Pre-Cut Frosted Meadow Wide Washi Tape. And then you probably can also see that they're all wrapped in this beautiful tissue paper as well. So it's just an experience also opening the washi. And I always try and save this beautiful wrapping that they put around it as well, because it really is very, very pretty. There is a little peek at the wrapping. All right, and then we have, right, this beautiful washi tape. Look at this. It is so gorgeous. This is a really pretty floral design. But look how much you get. Okay, oh gosh. I'm not going to unravel the entire thing, but I just want to show you how long it goes before it repeats. Okay, here's where it repeats. So that means all of this, that's all stickers that you or the person you're giving the gift to gets to enjoy. And then, like I said, because you have an entire roll of more, you don't have to be precious about how you use them. And these are pre-cut stickers, so you can just peel them off. It is so amazing. And I'll say the final thing that I really love about the washi tape shop is you can see a lot of them have quotes actually as part of the stickers, and, you know, sweet phrases. And I find because so much stationery originates in Japan or China, you may have noticed that when you buy certain things that are phrases and words and little quotes, that it's broken English a lot of the times. Sometimes it's phrases that don't quite make sense. And because the washi tape shop is based in Toronto, Canada, even though I think they're manufactured in China, all of the quotes on the stickers, they're quotes that make sense and that you would want to use on your journal entries, assuming that you are journaling in English. So that is another thing I really love. As I've been talking, I'm sure I have put in a ton of B-roll so that you can see all of these other fabulous rolls that I got. But of course, I've shared other washi hauls from them in the past that you can check out. You can look at their website, and obviously they have so many other seasons and themes covered. I think I've blabbered about them enough, but just picture it. How cute would this little trio be under the tree or in the stocking? Great gift idea. Next category we're gonna cover, I'm calling the vintage flair category. And basically the idea is normal items, but with a vintage flair, because they may already have a pair of scissors. That works great. But do they have a pair of scissors that look like a little bird? Maybe not. So how cute would it be to give them this darling little pair of scissors that is shaped like a bird? This is it's called avian scissors, and I love them so much. And I think they're often marketed as if they're more for embroidery, but I will link them. There's a really cute set of them in gold that I have my eye on. So I'll have that linked for you. Everything I talk about, if it is possible to link, it will be linked, and it'll be linked over on my Patreon. So if you become a free member and up, you'll be able to access all of the links there in my post for this video. So definitely head over there to check it out. I'll have that link in the description for you. Another idea for vintage flair is a little library date stamp like this one I have here. I actually, fun fact, well, maybe not fun, maybe it makes me sound a little criminal, but I actually technically stole this little stamp from the writing center where I worked. To be fair, it was in a drawer and nobody ever used it for years and years, and I decided to give it a good home. So they do sell them though. I don't recommend stealing it for a gift, so do find the link for one just like this in that list as well. Two more vintage flair ideas that I love. So the next would be an alphabet stamp set. I actually have two. So I have this one, which is only uppercase, just like a cute little set that I got from Obujo, I believe. But then this one I think I like even more, and I got this on Amazon, and this is uppercase and lowercase and numbers, and it is so nice. And then if you pair this with a really great ink, like the VersaFine black ink, that would be a super lovely gift for a stationery lover. The final idea I have for this section is actually back here. It's always kind of sitting on my desk, and that is a dip pen. So this is a really nice little gift set that I actually was given for Christmas one year. And actually, I think I shared the story here on my channel in another video a while ago, but this gift is actually one that my mom bought for me before she passed away, and she had stored it away, and my dad found it and gave it to me the first Christmas after she passed. So it was like getting a gift from her even after she was gone, and so it's very special to me for that reason. But it's also just a really sweet idea for a gift for a stationery lover. And obviously the idea here is just having a sweet little decor item, but also something you can use, right? So this is real ink and a real pen that you can dip in here and write with, and they can just feel like they're going back in time as they do so. I was trying to find it, but it's hidden away in my closet somewhere, so I guess that shows how often I actually use it, but I still think it's a great gift idea. And that is a crystal dip pen with different colored inks. I got that from my mother-in-law several years ago for a Christmas gift as well, and I loved it so very much. So I'll have that linked for you as well. This next item is actually, I guess, an idea that could be considered vintage flair as well, but leaning a little bit more into the stationery lover in your life. Typically, if you love journaling, you love stationery, you just love paper, period, across the board. So it would be a really sweet gift to get them a really nice set of letters and envelopes so that they can write letters. They also can use that paper if they want in the journals themselves, and pair it with a wax melt kit to be just a little bit extra and exciting. That is something too that they can use to send snail mail, but it also can be something that they use in their journal. And that is something that is on my wish list because I do not have a wax stamp kit, but I think that would be a really nice thing to be able to play with and get to use and just, you know, have a little bit of extra flair when I'm giving somebody a card. All right, my next category is going to be a pretty quick one, but it's important to cover, and that of course is the writing instruments. So my first idea for a journaler in your life is to get them a really special fountain pen. In this case, I actually have a handmade pen that my friend made for me, which if you have that skill, make that the gift because that is incredible and is definitely a gift that will be much appreciated if you actually make it by hand. I know most of us are not making pens by hand though, so I recommend checking out Etsy and looking at some of their pens. This one is made with this really beautiful wood and has a magnet in the cap, so it just clicks on the back, and I love writing with this pen. But there also, of course, are ones that have plastic bodies, like a lot of Lamy pens that are available on Amazon. That would be a nice, cheaper option, but still very much appreciated, I am sure, by the journaler in your life. Let's stay on pens and just talk through a few brands that I would recommend that would make amazing gifts. So a set of Tombow markers, if the person that you are shopping for does not already have Tombows, I use Tombows for everything. Basically, they have a brush tip that you can use for hand lettering and coloring, and then they have a normal tip, you know, that you can just write with, and they're great as a highlighter as well. They're just very basic but phenomenal pens that most journalers are aware of and appreciate and will use again and again, so it's a safe bet for a gift. Another standard pen that is a safe bet and will get lots of use is buying a set of microns with different nib sizes. These are fine liners with archival ink, so basically the ink is going to last and stay. I also have these ones from Mr. Pen called the Black Multi-Liner. Very similar and both great options. And then of course a set of colored pens is always very appreciated. I love these ones from Rytech, just really beautiful vintage colors. You're gonna make a journaler happy if you give them a set of colored pens. It doesn't matter if they already have those pens, it doesn't matter if they already have those colors, they will appreciate the pens. My next idea is a pen that maybe not all journalers would have or think to have until they need it. And for that reason, I think it makes a really great gift, and that is a really good white pen. White pens are very hard to find that actually do the job, and the best one I find is the Uni Posca pen. These are white paint pens. They come in a set of 3, and you can find them in the Amazon storefront linked below. Really love these. You could even pair it with a stack of black Post-it notes as a fun little stationery gift where they can then write with their pens on the Post-its, use them in their journal, use them on their own. It's a good idea. My final idea for pens would be to get a really good pen for hand lettering. So brush pens that I personally love to hand letter with are the Tombow Fudonosuke pens. They come in a pack with a hard nib and a soft nib. Fantastic for lettering and for somebody who wants to practice their lettering, because I find that these are some of the easier pens to use for brush lettering. So my recommendation would be to pair a set of these pens with a book on hand lettering. Now, I'm sure there are lots of books out there, so you can do some digging. This is just one I happen to have. I've had this for years and years, and I'm sure it's still in print, but it has all kinds of really great places for you to practice. It has ideas. Hand lettering is one of those skills that you can always be improving and working on, even if you've been journaling for years. And it is a skill that really does up your journaling game. Obviously, I believe all journaling is beautiful at any skill level, but when people think a journal page looks so aesthetic and beautiful, a lot of times it's because it has good lettering on it. So this would be a great gift for a journaler in your life, no matter whether they're new to the practice or have been doing it for years. Get them some really great brush pens and a book on hand lettering, and bada bing, bada boom, you have a great gift. All right, what time is it? Okay, I just have so many ideas. So I'm just gonna accept that this is going to be a longer video, and if you're here for the ride, you're here for the ride, great, and if not, you're probably already gone. So let's talk about books, because I love books and reading, but I also love books for the purpose of journaling or improving my skills for journaling, right? Whether that is a book about hand lettering, which we talked about, or a book on improving your sketching skills. I should probably do an entire video on books for journalers and creativity, but I'm gonna just do some rapid fire ideas, and then I encourage you to check out your local bookstore and do some perusing and see what jumps out at you. But books are a great idea for somebody who loves to journal because they already love paper. And if you find something with really beautiful imagery in it or is going to teach them valuable skills, you're going to find that it is a great gift. So some examples, I have these books by Peggy Dean. This one is called Pacific Northwest Line Drawing, which is a great book. She also has one on botanical line drawing. She has a lot of great options that literally teach you step by step how to do illustrations. But I love these for a gift idea, and you could pair her line drawing books with a set of the Micron pens, and that would be such a fantastic gift idea. So here's just an example following step by step, and I was able to draw that flower. And then as you learn how to do it right, you can start repeating that skill in your own journaling. She also has one on mindful sketching, which would be fantastic for somebody who wants to keep more of like an illustrated diary and actually sketch what's happening around them and do it in a way that is mindful, as the book says, and is also not about perfection. That is something I really enjoyed about this one. This one is a classic, The Artist's Way, A Spiritual Path to Higher Creativity by Julia Cameron. And this one essentially is great for the person who is more about journal prompts and stream of consciousness journaling and just writing with pen and paper. This would be a great tool for them. And then the final ones I have to share are actually ones that are to cut apart. This is one, The Tiny Book of Tiny Pleasures by Flow Magazine, that I recommend all the time. This is like, I don't know, a $6 or less book you can find on Amazon. And it is so many cute little illustrations paired with these really sweet captions of tiny pleasures of life that the person receiving this gift can enjoy and flip through and think, oh, that's so sweet. And then they can cut out all of these illustrations and use them in their journaling. I have so many pages in my journals that use the illustrations from this book. This one is kind of cheating, but it is a book that is really just a book of stickers, and that is the Botanist Sticker Anthology. And as you can see, it's a book, but really it's just stickers, and who wouldn't want that for journaling? And then these last two I wanted to share only because this does not have to be about going out and spending a ton of money. A lot of journaling is about taking the discarded things, the junk, that's where junk journaling comes from, of life, and turning them into treasures in our journal. And these two books are actually ones that I found at my library sale. So they were like 50 cents. And I bought them for the purpose of using in my journal. This one, called the Rub Down Transfer Book, The Wild Garden, is basically all of these pretty papers, which would be beautiful to cut out and use in my journal. And then it came with these rub-on transfers in this little pocket here that you can rub onto the page. The idea was to add these flowers to these pages, which frankly I don't really get as a book concept. I guess it's like a mindful activity, but the flowers are already there on the page, so I guess that's what I don't understand. Yeah, I guess that's what I don't understand. But the point is, it doesn't matter because I'm not going to use it in the way it was designed for. I am going to cut apart the pages and use the beautiful transfers in my own journal. And then the same thing with this Seasons of Friendship book by Marjolaine Bastian. Look how beautiful. This woman, which I read the whole book first, so I actually enjoyed the book very much, just reading through it. But it's essentially this woman's diary. It's very Daphne's Diary-esque, which we'll get to in a moment. But it is just her beautiful writing and her beautiful watercolor illustrations and little pictures of her life. It's very 90s, which I'm loving. And look at the back here. How cute are these little calendar pages? So many beautiful illustrations that I can cut out and repurpose in my journal. And I spent 50 cents for these. So head to your Goodwill, head to your local library sale, and look specifically for books that are in need of a second life in a different way. And that way is by cutting them apart and using them in your journal. Garden books are really great for this. There's just so many great coffee table books that could be cut apart and used in this way. I typically try and use books that seem older and run down and probably wouldn't be loved in just their typical book format. But this is a great budget-friendly option if you are wanting to give the journaler in your life something special. The next set of ideas is really for those journalers and creatives in your life who you feel like they already have so many supplies and things to use already and you wouldn't even know where to start to get them something new and exciting. My idea for them is to actually look for some beautiful organization solutions for them that they can use, whether they have their own little studio or just a desk setup, or even if they're kind of just working at the kitchen table. There are a lot of fun ideas you could consider. One idea is right here on my desk, and that is to get a handmade and just really special paintbrush holder. You also, of course, could use this for pens if they're not a painter, but basically they're shaped like this, where they have a bunch of little holes to help the paintbrushes dry, but you could store your pens, like I said, in it as well. And it is functional, it's beautiful, it can sit on their desk. I recommend try supporting, right, a more local business and somebody who hand makes them. I got this from a craft sale, I think last year, and I just love having it here on my desk. Another idea that you could pair with the washi tape haul is getting them some binders with these really great clear sticker organizers that you can find again on Amazon, or I'm sure in some other places as well. But essentially what I do with my washi tape rolls from the washi tape shop is I cut them apart and organize these stickers in these clear little pockets and folders so that I can see what I have. It makes it really easy to journal because I can just flip through. And this would be a fantastic gift because it's probably something they don't already have, but would improve their journaling experience so much. So I will have these clear binders linked for you as well. A few other ideas that I just keep here on my desk. This is a box that actually my dad got me last Christmas, and he had a little gift in here for me, but I actually love the box the most because it's now where I keep a lot of my botanical stickers. And so it just ended up being a really beautiful storage solution here on my desk. So anything like, you know, little boxes and things like that, and you can give it to them, you know, maybe even with a few stickers already in it to express the idea of, hey, I got this for you to help you store some of your journaling supplies. And then one other that I have here on my desk is a letter, what is this called? A letter organizer, is that right? This kind of thing that you keep on your desk, right? I love these so much for organizing my journaling supplies. This one I actually thrifted, and I love the idea of thrifting these because you definitely can find them all kinds of places and it'll make it just that much more special. But of course, you can find them in so many shops as well. But a really great idea. And if you wanted to go a little bit extra, you could even give them this gift with items already in it. So it's basically like a bundle and you could just put a little bow around it and have some like washi stickers and some pens in the kit already, maybe some like little tabs, right? It's already ready to go. You even could fit a journal in the back of it. That would be really cute, actually. And then a slightly bigger ticket item that I would recommend for storage would be to get them a rolling cart. So I have kind of this one here that you can't quite see, but this is a cart that I just keep all kinds of journaling supplies in. Very, very handy. This is a great idea for the person in your life who doesn't actually have their own space to do their journaling, because if you get them a nice rolling cart like the one I have down here as well, then they can just take their little journaling station with them wherever it is they want to journal that day, whether it's at the dining table or the living room. It is a portable craft station, so that is a great idea. I feel like I keep praising my own ideas, but I do think they're good ideas. That's why I'm sharing them. All right, let's move into the final-ish section that I have for you, and that is going to be subscriptions. Again, a great idea for the person who has all the supplies is to get them a subscription that is basically going to be the gift that keeps on giving. The first idea is a magazine subscription, and Daphne's Diary is probably my personal favorite alongside Flow magazine. I don't have any Flow magazines though, I don't think. So I'm gonna share the Daphne's Diary, but these are just very sweet magazines. The reason I love Daphne's Diary is that it's not only a magazine that is beautiful and fun to enjoy and read, but obviously, as you can see, it also is set up in such a way that I think lends itself perfectly to cutting apart afterwards. There are so many beautiful images in it. There's even things typically in them that are meant to be cut out and used. And the same thing with Flow magazine. So those are two options for magazine subscriptions that I would highly recommend. I have to do a little bit of self-promotion in here, and I would absolutely love for you to join our Patreon community. I create printable stickers and journaling prompts and exclusive videos. There is so much content. I have been doing it for years, and I have it all archived and immediately accessible the moment someone joins. At that tier, they get access to everything. And it is a fantastic deal for that reason. And what is so great is you can now gift a Patreon subscription. So I'll have the link down in the description. And of course, you also could gift it to yourself or tell a friend or family member that you are interested in getting a subscription to my Patreon as a gift. When they join, they will get access to so many printable stickers. This is just one binder I have of all of the stickers that are available on my Patreon. This is just from the last 2 years. We have all of our bucket list stickers that are available from this year. We have all of the monthly journaling kits available. So many themed printable sets as well, ranging from everyday routines to traveling to stickers for Christmas and every season. There are just so many stickers that I have created for all of you to use and enjoy. And so it would mean so very much to me if you consider supporting my own small business by becoming a member or by giving the gift of being a patron. And even if you're just a little bit interested, I highly recommend heading over and becoming a free member now so that you can get notified when I have some sales that will be going on. I'm going to be doing a big sale for Small Business Saturday and that week. And I'm excited to share that annual memberships are open again. They are only open for a limited time. So right now is the perfect time to purchase it for somebody else. You can get them an entire annual membership at a discounted rate. So it is a great time to give the gift that keeps on giving of endless printable stickers. I have one final gift idea for you, and I saved it for last because it really is the big ticket item that maybe is mostly for giving to yourself or giving to somebody who is extra special in your life. And that would be a high quality printer or photo printer. And I wanted to share that as well because I do believe that the holiday season, when things are more on sale for Black Friday or Cyber Monday, is a good time to make those types of investments and purchases. And I get questions all the time about what printers I use for printing photos and my stickers, and especially if they are going to be a journaler who uses a lot of printables, which does save money in the long run, like being a patron. They may want to consider getting a really nice printer to be able to print their photos and stickers at home. The one that I have is an Epson EcoTank 8500. I will say this is on the higher end of printer options in terms of being able to do art prints and that kind of thing. If you want something that is just a little bit more budget friendly and also is just a really fun new gadget, I would highly recommend the Lien photo printer and cutter. Why it also is a cutter is because this is meant to actually also cut out stickers. So you can print high quality photos on here, and you also can print sticker sheets on here, and the machine, through the magic of AI, is able to figure out where the cut lines are and cut it out instantly. So this is a really cool machine for somebody in your life who maybe you're willing to just spend that little bit extra, or maybe you're looking for an item for your own wish list that is a little bit more of a reach and a big ticket item. This is one that I would highly recommend. I think my tea is officially cold because that was a long one and the sun is setting, so I'm sure the lighting has changed in this video as well, but I just had so many ideas. And I try to limit myself with these videos and think it would get more views if I kept it to 10 minutes and, you know, just spoke a very little bit about each item, but it's just not my style. I like to really dive in and give you all the ideas that I have and give you links and tell you the in-depth review and feeling that I have about the thing. So the video is longer. And if you're watching this, then it means you stayed through to the entire end. So applause to you. Thank you so much. It really means the world to me for you to give that amount of time to spending it with me. So thank you. I would love for you to leave a comment letting me know which of these items you are wanting to add to your wish list or what you're planning to give to somebody. And if you have any ideas for gift ideas for a journaler that I missed, or just a creative person in your life, definitely comment those down below as well. And if you don't want to write a whole comment, just leave me a gift emoji, because that is your way of saying I made it to the end of this video. And I would love to see you just chime in that way as well. That is going to do it for this gift guide. I hope that you got some great ideas for the creative person, the paper loving person in your life. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. And if you want lots more content like this and actually seeing the journaling in practice and flip throughs and just some lifestyle stuff as well, I would love to have you subscribe and join our community. As I said, I would really love to have you over on my Patreon, so you can join for completely free or check out one of the tiers while we are running some sales. That link will be for you in the description. A huge thank you to all of my patrons, because they really are the reason this channel is able to exist and still function. You make it all possible, so thank you so very much. And if you are not completely tired of journaling supply ideas after watching this video, good news, I have more ideas in this video, which you can check out next. This is a great one for somebody who is going to be a beginner to journaling, so highly recommend you check out this video next, and I will see you there.